Alright, today on the Right Garage, it is Saturday. I'm going to be replacing the rear windshield with the assistance of my lovely wife there. I'm going to use her to push the window out once I get the rubber seal on the inside cut out. The tools that are going to be required for this job, I have a flathead screwdriver to assist with getting the seal back on the top of the windshield once the new one is on. This is a tool to get the new trim back in to push the rubber seal outward so it expands and creates a seal on the body panel and the windshield. And an X-Acto knife to, well, you'll see what that's going to be used for. It's basically to cut out the inside of the rubber here that's against the windshield so we can pop the windshield out. And then I've got the trim and the rubber seal itself, which is JRC2674R, and that is for the rear. And then this is just the universal. It's the same as the part number is going to be the same as the front, and that's 24 Alpha 1466. So I'm going to start with, once again, I'm going to start with getting the old seal out. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this off, and there should be where the seal splits, or the trim splits. You can already see this rubber is completely gone because this is already cracked. And it's dry rotted up here as well. Alright, here we go. Alright, and there you see, when this was last replaced, they left a pretty big gap, and it was actually probably touching when they replaced it. But the trim is actually going to set further into place, and it's going to cause a separation here. But I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. So pulling the old trim out is obviously, as you can see, pretty easy. And now, I'm going to go ahead and take my X-Acto knife. You can also use a straight edge razor blade or whatever you want to. But you're going to see in here where there's a crease. That's going to be right here. You're going to cut along that crease, and you'll see why in just a second. Alright, so once you get it started, since you already put the cut in it, you can just go ahead and pull it off. Well, if it's not dry rotted and breaks. Alright, start up in this corner. Yep. Almost there. Harder. Okay. Go to this corner. Alright, there you have it. Removing it is just that simple. Go ahead and take off the rest of the old seal. So I've got the new seal in place. Don't be concerned if it's not quite lining up perfectly, because that's what the glass is going to do. It's also going to push it up in the edges and the corners here. So as you can see, there's a gap right here, but the window putting in is going to push it out just like that. And that's what the additional seal is going to do as well. But now all I have to do is get the glass in position and go ahead and seal it in. I've already more soapy water and just rub it along the edge of the seal. Alright, and basically, you're going to want to try to get it into a but it's in place down here at the bottom. And as I go along with the spreader, it's kind of difficult to do with one hand. It's pulling the seal out. I'm going to come back up to the top of the windshield, and I press it down. You can see the bubbles coming out, and that's setting it into place. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and get this nice and wet up here. Get some soap on there. And from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work from bottom to top and just keep going all the way up until the window will actually go into place. It's actually in place on this side. So now that I've got that seal nice and wet, you just take your screwdriver. Just to tighten it. The top is going to be very tight, but you want to keep your screwdriver away from the glass. So when you get it in, once you get it in, you're going to pull up and just keep it away from the glass. Don't let it touch the glass. And you're just going to keep working it just like this. And as you can see, that was about another inch. You're just going to keep going across. And the same thing with the bottom. The bottom is actually going to want to set into place as you're going across the top. You're just going to make sure that the alignment is right. Alright, now I'm going to go back to the bottom because it's starting to get a little tight up here. which means the window isn't set quite down in here at the bottom. So I'm going to go back to the bottom and make sure that's in. I have the lip just barely on the edge of the glass here, so the moment of truth to see if it fits is to just simply push on the glass, and there it goes. It just set into place. And there we go, all the way around. The back windshield is now in place. I'm going to put the start of the trim piece here, where the seal is joined or glued together or whatever it is, melted together. And then I'm going to start working my way around. Now this tool here, the way it works is you get it into place in the seal just like this, and you actually have to twist it in there. Alright, just like that. And it's going to go actually inside the seal. Push with your thumb here, and the reason you're doing that is because the seal is going to want to twist at you at points. And then you're just going to start wiggling this down, and it's going to open up the seal. Alright, also be careful because the tool is going to want to slip out of the seal at points, so you just want to make sure you don't hit your windshield or your body panel and scratch your paint. Alright, so I'm just going to continue doing this all the way around. Alright, so if you join it directly at the ends here, without leaving this extra gap in to actually press it into the seal, then you're going to, in a couple weeks time or even at the end of the year, you'll have a pretty large size gap here where the trim is actually settled into the seal. So make sure you leave this extra gap here. I'm going to go and shove it down into the seal so I don't have that happen to me. There we have it. Job complete. As you can see, the seal look good all the way around now. It's amazing how much of a difference that trim makes. Alright, so if you took your side windshield out, go ahead and put it back in. Plug in your rear defroster if you have one, and you're ready for the road. So, thanks for the, I was planning on doing that project anyway. I wasn't planning on posting a video, however somebody asked that I do, so I did. Well, I will, and I did. So if you have any more suggestions, comments, go ahead and post them as well. Don't forget to subscribe for more constant updates. Especially if you do a video request, make sure you subscribe so you can get the update of when I post that video. So, thanks.